we are just celebrating our second anniversary. Gizmo Angling is 2 years old. 2 years, wow, seems like a few weeks. We launched the ZT, the original ZT Pro in September 2016. We're still here, which is great. I'd like to just give you a little bit of history, really. How the project started, what happened in the early days, and what's happening now and what's happening in the future. So the project started by me wanting a hook tire, and I had one, a well-known branded one. It was a hook tying station, and I was getting a lot of line twist on it, because I'd gone down to 4-inch hook lengths. So I went to see my dad. My dad is nothing short of a genius when it comes to problem solving. I went to see him and I said, is there any way you can get the other end to turn at the same time to stop this line twist? Because when I'm whipping, the line's twisting up. And it's not so much of a problem sort of above sort of 8-inch hook lengths, but 6, and especially 4-inch hook lengths, and then 3-inch hook lengths, it's a nightmare. So went away, came up with this belt and pulley system, and it worked. I was like, wow, that's brilliant. So, but then it presented a problem. It presented a problem in the fact that how do you adjust the length when you've got a drive shaft connecting the 2 posts now? So anyway, not a problem for me dad. Right, okay, so we needed to be able to adjust the length, and then he came up with a very small system. And then we said, well, actually the hook jaw's not quite right. We want to force people to do the whipping the correct way, which is from the spade down, all of those things. So then we went into detail, great detail. I could probably spend 4 hours on a video telling you about all of the different reasons that certain things are in the hook type. But I won't bore you. Okay, so we spent a lot of time trying to get the price down, because we had in our minds that 65 quid, that we would sell some at 65 quid. So that was sort of our target. That was impossible. Couldn't buy the raw components of that. So, we went everywhere, including Asia. The problem with Asia though was that yes, we could have got the parts a lot cheaper, but the quality and the tolerances, we would need to have somebody on the ground doing it, and we didn't know whether we were going to sell 1, 2 or 10,000. We just didn't know. And we said, oh, it'd be so nice to make something that's 100% made in the UK. So we were there, and then we found sort of 3 major manufacturers for the main components in the UK to make the parts for us. And one of those companies really helped us out, because anything in the UK, if you want to get it manufactured, nobody's interested in small volumes. So we had to get thousands of parts made. So it was a big gamble, really. It was like, if this doesn't sell, I'm going to have the world's most expensive hook tire, and that's about as much as I'm going to have. And I'm going to have, 50, 60, 70, 100,000 parts stuck in a shed. So It was a risk, but it was a risk worth taking. We believed in the product. It did what it said on the tin. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. So we felt like, yeah, okay, let's do this. But the price point was £120. So it was like, it very nearly didn't happen because it was such a risk. £120. So we knew it was going to cause a stir. You know, I'm not blind. I'm an angler first and foremost, and you know, I see social media as a fantastic tool to promote products and to actually learn hints and tips on fishing and all of that stuff. But it's also a fantastic tool for people to voice their opinion. And we felt like a lot of people were going to voice their opinion, especially on the price. But we also knew that once we got it into people's hands, that they would appreciate, one, the quality, two, the actual job that it did as a product, as a tool. So we said, well, we'll just kind of live with that bad publicity initially, and let's just see what happens. And you know, maxed out Visa cards, family Visa cards, sold all my fishing gear, don't know what tournament rods, diarrhea, XLS, all gone to fund this thing. Parents took out a loan to get us over the start line, and yeah, we took a huge risk. But we believed that strongly in the product that we felt like, yeah, we're going to sell a few of these. So we launched, and as expected, loads and loads and loads of people felt the need to voice their opinion, which yeah, it was quite hard in those first few days. However, we were selling a few, which was great, because we said, well, you only need to sell a few, get it into their hands, they're going to tell their mates, and they're going to, and that's what happened. Was some people obviously see something in the product and believed what we were telling them in terms of our marketing, and they made the plunge, and they took a punt on us. I mean, look, Gizmo Angling, nobody had heard of us before. We were a brand new company, father and son team, working from a shed. And what I'd also say is, like, you received a product, but then you spent time, your time, a lot of people spent their time and put videos up, put posts up, photos of the product, and said how much they loved it, and it's the best. The feedback was amazing. It was like the best angling product since a fixable reel and all of this. It was brilliant. It was absolutely amazing. And then we started to get some momentum, but then also it started to catch the eye of good anglers. When I say good anglers, I mean like elite anglers. What I like to call elite. Can't call them sponsored now because so many people are sponsored. So let's call them elite anglers. And I remember the very first sort of big name elite angler to buy our product. He didn't ring up and say, look, send me one for free and I will promote it. We had a few of that, we had a few people of that, but I wasn't prepared to do that kind of marketing, so I didn't bother with that. But this guy went on the website like an ordinary customer and purchased a hook tire. Done. And he's probably one of the see it and I thought, oh, wow, that's good. And I remember he purchased a hook tie, he got the hook tie, he was using it. I asked him how he was getting on, he loved it. And I remember there was a post someone had put up, like we were robbing anglers of their money, was the quotes this guy was using. Stealing anglers' money because we felt as a company like we were, we thought all anglers were naive and we would just develop a product and sell it for a fortune and then just steal their money. Oh, we had loads of it. It was actually quite comical in the end. Because we were actually doing sales at the time, it didn't really matter, so it didn't really affect us. If we weren't selling anything, we were still getting that. It would have been a nightmare, but it was actually driving sales, the negativity that was out there from people that had not even seen the product. So, and I remember Michael putting a comment on this post, and he said, "I've had them all. This product is like going from a Skoda to a Bentley." Now, I don't know that Michael realizes what that quote actually did for our company. It was a turning point. It was a massive turning point in terms of it gone from being all right to stratospheric. It was unbelievable, you know, because look, Michael doesn't have an ego. He's a fisherman. He's down to earth, funny guy, nice guy, and he's 100% focused on his fishing. And I remember ringing him up and thanking him for that. And he said, "Look," he said, "I don't mind paying out of my pocket full price for stuff that's going to make my fishing or my better. That's going to improve things." And it kind of sums the guy up, really. But yeah, I'd like to thank Michael for that, because that was the start then. That was the start of more and more top flight anglers actually purchasing the product. I'd also like to thank Guru as a company and Matt in particular, because, and also Preston Innovations, all three of those companies that I've got all products from all three of those companies as well. Guru allowed Andy Bennett to do a video, and Andy Bennett is probably the best, in my eyes, one of the best commercial anglers in the country. Likewise with Andy May and Matt. So we had, all of a sudden, you know, this company that started out in a shed has two of the best commercial anglers in the country, sponsored by two major tackle companies, on a video together promoting our product. It was a dream. It was a dream. And I appreciate what those companies, I appreciate both Andys and also their sponsors for allowing them to do that. We're forever grateful for that. And likewise with Preston Innovations, their ship's just done as a user guide recently. Done as a user guide. Did I pay him to do it? No. Would I have paid him to do it? Absolutely, 100%. Did I offer to pay? Yes, I did. I offered to pay. Did Des want it? No. He wanted to do it because he loves the product. that gives you some idea of what kind of guy he is. I mean, Des has always been one of my sort of angling heroes, so for him to say the things he's said about our products is brilliant. And for Preston Innovations to allow him to do that, you know, thank you very much. It's nice to see. It's nice to see companies sort of working together, not against each other. And you know, I've fished quite a lot over the past year on qualifiers and stuff like that, and there's, you've got top flight anglers sponsored by different brands, and there's no rivalry between them. It's actually a nice atmosphere, and the industry, I think, should be proud of how they're behaving and how we're sort of working together. So it still winds me up a little bit, when I still, we get people posting, companies are out to rob anglers, stuff like that. It makes it difficult when you put your heart and soul into something, and you truly believe in it, and then some people, it's only a small minority, look, a small minority of people out to, they have no intention of ever buying the product, and yet they feel like their opinion matters, and that whether that opinion is abusive or just downright rude, they want to get it out there, and that's entirely up to them. All I would say is, the more posts you comment on, the more relevant the posts become, and the more people are talking about the products. I mean, you look at the rod range that Guru's just brought out. I mean, I've read some of the comments and I was just like cringing, you're beating on people that are just putting their heart and soul into creating products that are gonna, are a joy to use, and are they gonna put? Nobody's ever said that Hook Tire would put more fish in your net, ever. Nobody said that a 375 pound rod is going to put more fish in your net than a 60 pound rod. Nobody's ever said that. Nobody's ever said that in a marketing video, ever. What they've said is that these certain technologies and certain actions and certain aspects of their products, what are the benefits of them? That's all they've done. They haven't said you've got to have that to be able to compete. Nobody's ever said that, ever. So, there's my little rant. Anyway, what I would say is that things have calmed down with Gizmo Angling in terms of people, negative opinions and all of that stuff. It's calmed down because we've sold the Hook Tire to 38 countries. It's been amazing, and what that's allowed us to do is it's allowed us to reinvest everything that we've made into new products that we've launched. If anyone had told me we would have the products that we've had now 2 years ago, I'd have gone, no way. But yeah, we have. And what it's also told us is that people are prepared to spend that bit of extra money for quality and for something that actually does what it says on the tin. So we now have a lasso maker, lasso sizing tool, we have a multi-tool handheld hook tire, we have a feeder attachment which we've been lucky enough to get Dean Barlow to be involved in the development of, which makes making feeder attachment, feeder hook lengths so much quicker, and waggler and slider and all that. So long hook lengths. So that's the product range as it stands now. Are we bringing anything new out? Yes, we're working on a number of products which we will bring to market, and those products, one of those products I believe will be bigger than the hook tire, because I believe it fixes problems, and I believe that it will be successful. I hope so, because we're putting a lot of time, effort and our hearts and souls into the development and bringing this product to market. So it hasn't all been easy going. You know, we had problems with the base, we've had problems with gears, we've had problems with communications, we've had growing pains, we've had all of that. So you'll see from this video now we've moved into a new premises, bigger premises. It's lovely, it's warm, it's bright, it's got good lighting, and that's to help us have the space and bring these new products to market, but it's also to help us accommodate more staff so that we can make sure that we fix the communication problems that we've had. There's no getting away from the fact that our communications for periods of time have been horrendous, bad, really bad. I apologise for that. And it's like anything, you know, when you see posts, you know, people say, well, why don't you employ more people? He's selling loads, you know, why don't you employ? That's fine, and that's kind of what we've done. However, we're creating products that have never been created before, so you know, you can't do a job description and put must have experience in speaking to customers about a ZT Pro, because you know, we're developing stuff that's never been made before. So it takes time for that new workforce or that additional workforce to actually have a positive impact on this. So we're getting there. And one of the changes we made recently, sort of 3 months ago, was that we would sell through retail. And we've done that. We have a small number of select shops that we sell to. We haven't just sold to the, you know, whoever's asked. We've sold to shops that we trust to provide the right service. And that small number of shops is, I think it's about 20 something shops, if that. It's a small number of shops. So that has had an impact on our sales. You know, there's no point in me saying any other. It's had an impact on our sales in terms of the sales have gone down. And sales have gone down because we don't have many shops in Europe signed up. So we will be selling to Europe direct again. And we will be selling back to the UK market direct. again. It might seem that that's, you know, going back on what we previously said, and it kind of is, but I have to respond to lessons learned, and what I would say is, like, the shops that we have on board now have been absolutely brilliant. Doing demos, looking at it, yeah, really, really good. And they will continue to sell them. Some may drop out, but as a business we have no choice. We have to sell to Europe if we are to achieve our goals, and our goals are to develop and bring to market more and more innovative products. Not to steal your money, by the way, but to give you a choice of whether you want to buy the tools that we create. So that's where we're at. We're very close with one of the products. I'm really excited about it. We've got Christmas upon us soon, and it's going to be a busy period for us, hopefully. And going into the new year, we have a few changes. You've probably seen posts up. We now have what I like to call an angler on our books. Young lad, fantastic talent, called Ryan Lidgard. Ryan's qualified for Fishermania twice. It's only a matter of time before he wins a major event. I mean, he's a regular winner in festivals at Lindau. Anyone sort of fishes in those circles knows Ryan's capabilities. And why have we brought Ryan on board? Well, Ryan, he don't go on social media, so that you won't see no blogs of Ryan came last in my section, fished a perfect match and all of that stuff. What you'll get from Ryan is we just want Ryan to wear Gizmo clothing while he's winning, because I think he's going to be a massive name in the future, and I just like the Gizmo brand to be associated with him, with winners. And also there's parts of Brian's tackle that he modifies to make it work for him, which makes him more efficient or more fish, whatever. So we want to sort of pick his brains over the coming months as to what products we can bring to market to help people put more fish in there. So I think lastly, it's been a long video this, but I think, you know, 2-year anniversary, you know, it's nice to sort of look back on what we've achieved and what lessons learned and all of that. What I would like to say is a big thanks to my dad for putting up with me, and the hours he's put in, and you know, a big thanks to Matty Pilley, who helped us promote on Facebook initially. Matty knows a lot of people, put us in touch with quite a lot of people, and you know, it really helped us get started. So big thanks to him. Thanks to Dean Barlow for his input into the design of the EVA attachment. And most of all, thanks to the customers for trusting in us, being patient with us when we've not necessarily been the fastest at delivering products. Well, I will say now, and my sister. My sister, without her, we wouldn't have a business. She's got a young kid and she's still worked her socks off and worked every hour of 10 to try and help us get to where we need to be. So my sister and all the staff here, Brian and Stacey, my youngest daughter, Kelly, and my eldest daughter Amy. So without them we wouldn't be where we are now. So thanks to them, and the future looks really bright, and it's an exciting time. It's not the easiest time in the industry, but definitely I think if we keep churning out products that help anglers and we ensure the quality is right, I think we've got a business for a long time. We're going to be around a long time yet. Thank you very much for watching.